they decided who he looks like yet?
Well, he just looks like a baby, really, except a dead wrinkle.
Doesn't look like his dad, I'll bet.
Are you going to visit him later?
Well, we're sending Mum back to prison today.
Right, you're going to see her before she goes?
I reckon she's going to be a bit busy getting her stuff together. Actually, I was wondering if I could hang out with you for a bit.
Oh, well...
Excuse me? This isn't some sort of local authority coffee and counselling centre. If you haven't got anything better to do, go back to school.
Right then. I better go, because I can see you're fantastically busy in here, Viv.
Debbie, don't. Mrs. Hope.
Oh, she'd be all right. She's had worse in her life. In fact, she's had worse from me. Oh, don't tell me you're going to give me the silent treatment again. Where are you going?
To put the kettle on.
Hiya. Didn't hear you come in.
I'm good at sneaking around.
So I see. How are you?
All right. Well, not all right, but you have to say all right, don't you?
Do you want to talk about it?
Actually, what I do is not talk about it for once.
Okay.
I thought I might give you a hand with the Historical Society stuff, seeing as though you were so keen.
Oh, good.
Well, you did ask.
Yes, so I did. But it was kind of on the understanding that you'd be helping out after school.
Yes. And I've got compassionate time off to visit my mum in hospital and prison.
Right. And I noticed that you're not there now.
I seem to remember saying I didn't want to talk about it.
So you did. Okay, come on. Up you get.
What are we doing?
Grave rubbing.
Oh, great.
Grave rubbing, Debbie, not grave robbing.
Oh, what a shame.
I know I shouldn't worry about it, but I do.
Oh, yeah, but she's a tough kid. I mean, she's had to be. She'll get through it all right. Kane will be out soon. At least she'll have her dad back.
Do you really think that'll make things better?
Oh, be fair. He's been a lot mellower since she's been around as our Kane.
Is that how he's ended up doing 3 months in prison?
Oh, yeah. Hey, but it was contempt of court for protecting charity. See what I mean? He's mellowed.
Ethan, I'm freezing.
Come on, give us a hand then.
Why am I doing this again?
Because it is educational. Now, we could always go back to the church and pray, or I could counsel you on your home situation.
You just keep going with that crayon.
I thought you might say that. Anyway, don't pretend you're freezing when you actually mean that you're bored.
Can't I be both?
No. You don't know the meaning of the word bored until you've run a pensioner's bingo evening. Now, let's have a look at this one.
Let's.
Now, you see, the stonework is very basic. There's nothing too fancy in the masonry, which probably indicates that the deceased wasn't very well off.
Someone who was dirt poor. Would now take the excitement. Who was he?
William Charles Fisher departed this life 1915, in his 50th year.
So what?
So, there aren't any other Fishers in the graveyard. And he wasn't buried with anyone, so he probably didn't have any family in the village.
Meaning they knew even less about him than we do now. Amazing.
Meaning, possibly he wasn't from around here. Possibly he was an itinerant farm labourer.
You what?
It meant he travelled around a lot. Anyway, regardless of the point, he wasn't very old when he died, which once again indicates that he wasn't very well off. Life was very hard for poor people back then.
Or maybe he was just a lonely old miser who smoked too much and didn't want to spend any of his hard-earned fag money on a fancy tombstone.
Just as likely, I'll admit. However, a bit more research will tell us either way.
If you say so.
Point being, whoever this man is, he has a story.
I wonder if it had an happy ending. Still, don't stop me from being freezing, does it?
There is always the church.
Give me that crayon. I'll do the next one.
What's all this?
Every stiff in Annabelle.
Debbie's been helping me out with the local history thing.
I see.
Yeah, and now she's resigning on account of a bad back. Listen, I've got to go.
Do you want to come in for a drink?
No, better not. I can't take much more excitement.
Oh, go on, admit it. You enjoyed it more than you thought you would.
I'm admitting nothing. See ya. Bye.
Bye, Debbie.
Thanks for your help. Right, cup of tea.
Thanks.
She's a bright spark, is that one?
I thought she turned you down.
Yes, she had. Then she showed up at the church this morning. Suppose I'll have to find something a bit more fun to do next time than grave rubbing.
I see. Do you mind if I ask something?
Yeah?
You don't think you're overdoing it as far as Debbie's concerned?
No? Part of the fold, isn't she? Soul in need?
I suppose so.
Well then. Look, I don't understand why we're even having this conversation, okay?
I'm just saying you need to tread very carefully, especially in a place like this. When you're dealing with anyone of Debbie's age, you have to stay within professional boundaries at all times.
So I can't minister to Debbie, do my job, because some small-minded person might think I'm behaving inappropriately?
You know very well that's not what I'm saying at all.
Do I?
Ethan, you're a grown-up. Don't be so naive. You and I both know there are very strict guidelines laid down about this.
Look, I know...
So as a friend and as a colleague, I'm just making sure you stick to them, okay? Avoid the wagging tongues.
Duly noted.
I don't understand this. This is about Debbie. What's she got to do with it?
Well, it's pretty simple. I was quite certain that you wouldn't agree to me adopting Noah without conditions.
Bright of you.
So what I'm proposing is that I look after both your children. By which I mean that Noah becomes legally mine, and I set up a trust fund for Debbie, which matures when she comes of age, so that she'll have the start in her adult life that you always hoped for her.
Oh, I see. Very clever.
I think it covers all the angles.
Yep. Except I notice it still involves me staying in prison.
Like I said, I think it covers all the angles.
Apart from one. Forget it.
Don't be silly.
Believe me, I'm not being. You can shove it.
Time to go, I'm afraid, Charity. The van's here.
Just think about what you're turning down. A future for your children.
I already did, and the answer is no. I'm not getting out on my appeal. You're not getting Noah.
Oh, it's just evil.
Oh, what? And your deal isn't.
It's not even in the same league. Don't you care what happens to that baby?
And how is this me not caring? You know all about adoption, Zoe. He's going to a loving family. A loving family, not a freak one like yours.
And how do you think Debbie's going to feel when she finds out?
Oh, what? That I turned down to take cash? She'd have thrown it back in your face anyway. You see, there you go again. You're doing it again, aren't you? You think the only way to solve a problem is to throw money at it.
If you think I'm going to let you walk free...
Right, so don't. You wave goodbye to your little nephew forever. And when I wake up in my cell at night, at least I'll know that I'm not the only one having problems sleeping. The difference being, Zoe, that one day my sentence is going to end. You're going to be all right with another voice in your head here?
You despicable. You make very clear this is my final offer.
And you make very clear that I am saying no because your final offer ain't good enough. This is Chris's kid we're talking about. You remember how it was with Jean? You really think you've got the stomach to let him go?
Have you?
Oh, yeah.